Hey there guys, welcome back to Wargaming. Luke here, and we've got some more, another new transmission from AMG dropping tonight involving the new Shadowland Daredevil and Hand Ninjas, so we're going to give the rules a review. They've done a write-up here. New Shadowlands Daredevil coming in and giving Kingpin a run for his money, I should think.
I wanted to make this city something better than it is. Something beautiful! You took that away from me! You took everything! Take your shot.
In all seriousness, I think Kingpin in the game will still be pretty strong, and throwing this guy into his leadership I think might be pretty tasty anyway, but let's get into this one guys and take a look through the article. Special thanks to our sponsors over at Board in Brum. Check them out for all your Marvel Crisis Protocol needs at fantastic discount prices, and be sure to check out their upcoming events, most of which I'll probably see you there too. Links can be found in the description below. Alright then guys, so getting straight into this one, Shadowland Daredevil and his Hand Ninjas. When it comes time for you to choose a personal attorney, are you going to pick the first name in the phone book, or would you prefer the superpowered vigilante who has a legion of devoted ninjas at his beck and call? That's right, this time on front panel to play, we're taking a look at what happens when the man without fear becomes the man in charge of a secretive organisation of martial artists. It's Shadowland Daredevil and his Hand Ninjas. I get my words straight today, guys. Come on, Luke. Damn it, Luke, get your act together. Matt Murdock acted as the guardian devil of Hell's Kitchen for many years, but that responsibility took a heavy toll on him. Following Bullseye's destruction of a portion of the borough he protected, Daredevil finally accepted an offer from a mysterious cult called the Hand to serve as its leader. Daredevil returned to his city to construct the Shadowland and temple and prison from which he and his army of ninjas enact brutal justice against the wrongdoers. And I'm pretty sure, guys, if you've ever watched Iron Fist, the Hand are in that, right? And all the Netflix TV series, the Hand are heavily involved in those. So if you've watched them, you'll be a bit more familiar with them if you want a bit of a more info on them, or something to watch to do with them, so you can get a bit more background on Shadowland Daredevil and the Hand. Elektra, guys, is not in this article. That's probably going to be next week, I imagine, or the week after. So obviously those are the two new models. I've done the thoughts on the first look at them already. As the leader of the Hand and the master of Shadowland, Daredevil's methods become increasingly brutal and extreme, putting him at odds with many of the fellow protectors of the streets, who he once called friends. With an army to support him, few can oppose Daredevil as he plunges Hell's Kitchen into darkness. Though Murdock wasn't aware of it at the time, accepting the Hand's invitation to lead them invited the demonic beast into his spirit. While it delivered great power into Daredevil's hands, it also darkened his soul. Yeah, so this is what's made Daredevil dark here, and what allows him to be part of Crimson. Will he be affiliated with something like Cabal and others as well? Possibly. We'll have to wait and see on that one. Shadowland Daredevil hits the table for 4 threat and has more powers and abilities than you can shake a stick at. Very, very nice, and I would say that he is, and I'm excited for you guys to see what this guy does. So, what we're going to do here, guys, we'll go over the card and then we'll see what they have to say about it. So, 6 health, medium movement, size 2, 4 threat level, more importantly. So, I think Nick Fury also 4 threat, so kind of makes sense there. Moving on to his defenses, 4 physical, 3 energy, 3 mystic. Pretty solid. Nothing too bad there. I hate it when some characters have like a 2 in there when they're a 4 threat or higher. I think that's just, it annoys me. And it's a big weakness, I think. So he's pretty strong across the board, especially when we take a look at more in a moment. But coordinated strike, so this is range 2, his first attack, 5 strength, so 5 dice here. After this attack is resolved, this character gains power equal to damage dealt. After the attack is resolved, if there is not an allied Hand Ninja's character in play, so his grunt options, which we'll look at in a moment, place it in play within one of this character with an activated token. It is part of your squad, and because you have to activate your grunt before you activate its parent character, you won't be able to activate them the turn you put them in unless you use any other sort of shenanigans, which is very unlikely, since you can't use tactic cards and stuff on them. However, it's worth noting, compared to Nick Fury's model that we looked at last week, who also has one of the new grunt models paired to him, he has to pay, I think, power to bring them in, whereas Daredevil, all he has to do is attack, and he gets to bring them in. I think that's a lot stronger. I think that's pretty big. So really nice start there for him. Baton Snare. 4 range, 4 strength, so 4 dice. This attack ignores line of sight, that's nice. Defending character also does not benefit from cover, really nice. Pursuit, before damage is dealt, this character may advance short towards the target character. So if you're too far away, you've got range 4 there to be able to pull yourself in and get yourself closer, which, again, you don't need a trigger to get that either, you just straight up get it before damage as well. Demon's Devastation is your spender, so 3 power, 7 strength, 2 range, so 7 dice on this. But if you have an allied hand ninjas character within 2 of the target character, you can add 2 dice to the attack roll. That's mad. And on a wild, you get a trigger for Vanish. After this attack is resolved, place this character within 2 of the target character, so really nice. So if you daze the target character, you won't be able to place within 2, but there's, you know, maybe if you don't, then you've got the option to do so there. So pretty nice. Just replace yourself onto an objective or something maybe. Then, obviously, he's got the new Criminal Syndicate leadership. So Kingpin is the other one. Obviously, bear in mind, you could easily fit Shadowland Daredevil and his grunt into the Kingpin leadership already if you wanted to, which I think is going to be strong anyway. When an allied character attacks an enemy character holding or contesting an objective, it may re-roll one of its attack dice. The leadership ability can re-roll skull results. So fairly similar to the Web Warriors leadership, where you get to re-roll 1 defense die. But in this case, it's attack, and they have to be contesting an objective or securing one, or holding one, or whatever you want to call it. So there you go. Nice leadership. The fact that that's attacking instead of defending, but it involves the objectives. That's going to be strong. And obviously you've got some real beaters now in Crimson, right? You could make a really nice startup 10 threat, 9 threat base core to your roster for Crimson now with that leadership. 4 for Shadowland Daredevil. You can bring in an extra grunt with him. You've then got Kingpin is a really aggressive option for Crimson. You've got the new Bullseye as your 2 threat, another strong character in there that you could throw in. Multiple options, right, that you can throw in that are really aggressive models for Crimson that will fit well into that leadership, definitely. Then he has Radar Sense. When defending against physical or energy attacks, this character adds blanks to his defense roll to its total successes. This is always really strong. Black Panther has it. Black Panther's a right bugger to take out. This is going to be super strong, and with this Crimson leadership, you're going to want to be aggressive, so you want your guys up front to be hardy as well. This just works perfectly here for Shadowland Daredevil, and I know how, if you've played against Black Panther or with him, you know how hard he is to take out, and this is very much the same. No range on that, it's just straight up get it no matter where they're hitting you from. And he's not exactly weak to Mystic either, it's still 3 defense, so not too bad. Then he's got Stealth, just to throw onto that. So he's going to be hard to take out, this guy. You can keep him out of range for the whole round, keep him out of 3 range, use your bat and snare to pursuit and move short towards them, ready for your second action to hit hard on them with a Demon's Devastation or Coordinated Strike, whichever one you wanted to do. And just to add to it, he's a wall crawler, so he's going straight over terrain without any buildings, everything, with his medium movement. Really, really tight. Loving his stat card there. And just to also finish up there, he's on his injured side, he's 7 health, so he actually gets better on his injured side. But he's also, his defense has changed, so his physical and energy are 3 now. But his mystic goes up to 4 because he's kind of, his power is leaking out of him, the beast from within. His spirit is raging when he's injured, so he's getting angered. So his spender attack changes to mystic. And aside from that, I think it's pretty much the same, but he doesn't get the Vanish trigger. It just turns into Mystic instead, which obviously Mystic, generally, most teams it's going to be better than the physical, but it just depends there. But as strong, if not stronger, on that side for him. And he still keeps his Radar Sense as well to protect his physical and energy, which just means he's even stronger because he's got good defenses all around there. And he still has his Stealth and his Wall Crawler. So a really strong card there. You'd expect that from a leader as well, but as far as leaders go, nice. I really like him. It's pretty cool. And the fact that he's 4 threat, obviously, he can bring in a grunt, low, not too high threat cost to bring in a risky leader. He's a good leader anyway, but, you know, easy to build around. So let's see what AMG is saying. His coordinated strike attack depicts Daredevil as the head of the shadowy cult of hand ninjas. As he moves into attack, he can summon his grunt, a hand ninja's character that springs from the shadows to land within one range of him. While the hand ninjas deploy with an activated token, they immediately become a part of your squad, ready to do Daredevil's and the Beast's bidding from within. If Murdoch needs to tangle with an enemy who is trying to keep their distance, the bat and snare attack can quickly tip the scales back in his favour. And remember guys, he has stealth, so it works really well. Ignoring line of sight in the target's cover, this range 4 attack has the pursuit special rule, letting Daredevil make a short advance before dealing damage. And also worth pointing out guys, that short advance straight over the top of buildings if you want to, because he's got wall crawler, so you don't need to worry about the height of things for advancing, because remember, when you're advancing you can't advance over anything that's bigger than you. So yeah, really nice combination there as well, because you can hit somebody behind a building with his range 4 and then move on top of that building to get cover and get closer to them. And Daredevil wants to get close, especially if he has his hand ninjas near his target. That's when you can unleash the full fury of the Beast with Demon's Devastation, a range 2 attack that hits at strength 7. Better yet, as the Beast guides Murdoch to tear into his opponent, a nearby ninja can get a few pokes in as well, upping the attack strength to 9. After hitting Daredevil, has a chance to vanish into the shadows to be placed within 2 of the target. And this will combine well as well for the amount of damage you're going to be able to deal out with this leadership under Crimson, because of his grunts, which we'll look at in a moment. Right guys, something I've actually missed there, to be fair. So with his Mystic attack, there is a new superpower you can therefore use. The next time Demon's Devastation attack is used, this activation, its range becomes Area 2 instead, if you pay an extra 3 power. So I think you'd have to spend 6 power there, but you then have an Area 2 Mystic attack that can be 9 dice. That's savage. That's unbelievable. So can't believe I missed that, but yeah, that is an extra power that he gets there that you get to throw in, and you get a reroll for each of the attacks against each person in the aura as well, so worth bearing that in mind. So glad they pointed that out, because I blatantly completely missed that. But yeah, really strong. Okay, one of his best things. I don't like though, and we've seen this in the past with characters such as Black Bolt, where they are way stronger on their injured side. Then again, I guess you are going to be way more aggressive with these than you would be necessarily in humans, I guess you could say, with this leadership. So you are likely to get injured, in which case it works better, I think, in this scenario. So yeah, very tasty. You definitely just want to get him in the thick of it, right, and get as many attacks out as you can. As far as other superpowers go, Daredevil has all the wall crawling, stealthy, radar sensing abilities you'd expect the man from Without Fear to have. What you might not expect is his new leadership ability, the Crimson affiliation. Shadow War, the leadership allows the criminals and ninjas, don't forget the ninjas, under his command, strike those who stand in his way with greater fury. When a member of the affiliation attacks a character holding or contesting an objective, they can re-roll a die, even a failure. Yes, which is big as well. The fact that you can re-roll the skulls is nice. So, moving on to the hand ninjas. 2 health, medium movement, size 2, 1/1/2 on the defense. Is very, very similar to the shield agents that we looked at the other week, as you'd expect, really. Ninja weapons, range 2, 4 strength, so 4 dice, 0 power cost, obviously. If you get 2 wilds, you can give the enemy, the target character, bleed. So unlikely on 4 dice, but you do get reroll with them for the attack, so it's more likely, to be fair, including skulls. So it's a good chance you could actually get the 2 wilds. It's not a bad chance. Ninja Vanish is an action superpower, so you'd have to use one of their actions to use this. Move an asset, one asset or civilian token being held by this character to another allied character within 3. The allied character is now holding that token. A character cannot hold more tokens than allowed by this crisis due to this superpower. Then this character is KO'd. So worth noting, really strong power. You've got that. So Daredevil is placing them within 1. Then if they're within 1 of an objective, they can pick it up, and then they can shove it back to him or another friendly character within 3 for an action. After they've done tons of attacking, I guess. Maybe dish out some bleeds. Really tasty stuff. Actually, Blade could fit really nicely into this Crimson, actually. Just a thought there, just a thought. All the bleed going on. When this character is placed into... next power, Ninja Ambush. When this character is placed onto the battlefield as a result of coordinated strike or ancient throwing blades, special rules, it may immediately make an attack. Really nice. The coordinated strike is Daredevil's builder attack, so like I said earlier, just go straight in there, and when you summon them, they get an attack. So bear in mind, Daredevil's attacking, brings in these dudes, they get to attack straight away. They don't get to then activate afterwards, but if it's the following turn and they're still alive and Daredevil's still alive, they'd attack, use the action Ninja Vanish to pass it on to an allied character, possibly Daredevil. They get KO'd, then Daredevil gets his activation, because you have to activate the ninjas first. He has the, whatever the objective or extraction token is, and he can then do his stuff for free, bring in the ninjas straight back, they get a free attack again. That's what, like 4 or 5 attacks you could pull off, 3, 4, 5 attacks in technically one activation. That's insane. Also, Ancient Throwing Blades we haven't seen, I don't think, yet. That I'm imagining that will be one of Elektra's, probably Elektra's builder attack. So she will also combine with the hand ninjas, which sounds really cool. So the fact that she will, I think, be the first leader model that can bring in grunts, which is very interesting, actually. Remember, you can only have one base of grunts on the field at any time. But there's even more combinations yet. We'll have to wait and see what her card does and how she integrates with this. But the fact that you could chain all of this, and this is kind of what I worried about, and I said that even though you can only bring one onto the field with these grunts, you will have probably multiple characters in your list that can bring grunts out, and you can just chain it so that you always have a grunt on the field picking something up for you. Even if they die, bring another grunt in. Madness, absolute madness. I can see lists just built around, purely around grunts. The hand, this character cannot contest secure objective tokens, however they do not have to pay power when interacting with civilian or asset tokens, so even when they're grabbing you that token that they need to, they don't even have to pay power for that, which is awesome because they don't have power, which is the same I think as Nick Fury's shield agents. And then obviously can interact grunts keywords with Elektra and Shadowland Daredevil, which is why you kind of know that Elektra's going to have this other blades attack that's allowed to bring them in as well. So, insanity, guys. I think there's going to be some crazy combinations and lists when we get these grunts, and this looks really strong. And about these ninjas, the hand ninjas are grunts who lash out with their weapons to open bleeding wounds. Their ninja training grants them a variety of abilities, such as Ninja Vanish, an active superpower that allows them to transfer an objective token to a nearby friendly character, or Ninja Ambush, which allows them to make an immediate attack when they are summoned to the battlefield. Yeah, and that's it for this week, guys. I'm guessing Elektra we'll see next week or the week after, probably. Final thoughts. I think this looks stronger than Nick Fury and his agents, to be honest. Just purely based on the leadership, though, because this leadership you get in the attack rerolls, it's a very aggressive leadership. Both of these stat cards are very aggressive, all centered around attacking, bonus attacks. The rerolls from the leadership ability, the new Crimson leadership ability, so let me know what you guys think of that. And they're dishing out bleed as well, and the new Daredevil card again there, it's just super strong, especially when it gets to his injured side. And because you're going to create such an aggressive list here, you're going to want to play probably stuff like demons, gamma shelters, research station, where you stay fairly central, you just beat on your opponent full on. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on these new rules. Make sure to throw a like on the video though, please, guys, and subscribe to the channel for all things MCP. We'll do all these reactions to these articles that get put up straight away as soon as I can. I'm putting out tons of new videos soon. I've got tons of ideas. Some battle reports are hot on the heels. Me and Web Warriors Aaron are going to be filming a battle report hopefully next week, guys, a real battle report, and it'll be short form. I'm going to try and keep it as short as I can, but I want to make them so that you can listen to it or watch it if you want to, wherever you are. I think it's going to work really well. Alright guys, that's it for today. Let's go out here with a quote from Matt Murdock. He's putting out a quote towards Kingpin, right? The new leadership's in town for Crimson, and he says, if you can't stand the heat, stay out of Hell's Kitchen. Ooh, strong words. Alright guys, until next time, as always, happy wargaming. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Make sure to check out all of our socials. If you want some quick reads on everything Marvel Crisis Protocol, you can go check out our friends over at Web Warrior Protocols. But for all your wargaming and of course Marvel Crisis Protocol needs, go over to Board in Brum for fantastic discount prices. All of these things, links can be found in the description below this video. Happy wargaming.